Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this lecture series on transportation engineering. With this lecture, we are going to end our this traffic engineering module. In next lecture, we'll discuss some problems about traffic engineering. In this lecture, we'll talk about something which we were discussing in previous lecture. We will talk about signals. We have already discussed about how the signal timings are designed. In this lecture, we will discuss how signals are controlled. If we talk about a particular intersection or if we talk about series of intersection on a road. So let us start with a particular intersection. Let us say this is intersection. Both the roads on the intersection is two-way, two-lane. We have this direction of traffic, this direction of traffic, this direction of traffic, and this direction of traffic. To control these traffic movement, we will have signals at every stretch, which will allow the vehicle to move into the intersection or which will guide the vehicle to stop. These are the, let us say, these are your traffic signals. Let us make green light also. Give it a complete, okay, it's making some issue. Leave it. It's assume these are okay, these are your traffic lights. So these traffic lights are present on an intersection. We know the timing, how these timings are designed, how the green time, amber time, and red time are designed, how the cycle length is designed. But how these are implemented, the first way of implementation is known as fixed time or pre-timed. Fixed means the timings are fixed, they do not change. Pre-time means they are already fixed initially, they do not depend on the traffic volume. Depending on the traffic studies, the traffic volume is found out on the road, and based on these traffic volumes, the traffic signals are designed or the timings are fixed. If there is any fluctuation in the traffic volume on the road, the traffic time will not change. They will be fixed. This is the definition of fixed time or pre-timed traffic signal design. These signals do not change their timings with the change in volume. Another type of traffic control arrangement is semi actuated signals. In these type of signals, one of the direction is provided with volume observing instruments like your video capturing devices, like your pavement based loop indicators, which will indicate the change in traffic volume at a particular stretch. If we see there are 4 stretches, if this stretch is assumed to be a stretch where the traffic volume change occurs quite often, so this lane or this direction will be provided with traffic volume counters or traffic volume observers. So with change in traffic volume for this direction, the traffic lights will be changed or coordinated. They by itself will change their timings. So this is done on particular stretch or for more than one stretch, maybe more, but not for all stretches. This type of arrangement in which timings are changed on the basis of traffic volume. This is done on semi-actuated signal design. Another type of traffic arrangement or traffic control system is actuated signals. Unlike semi-actuated, where only few directions are fixed with the traffic counters or traffic volume observers, all in actuated signals, all the directions are provided with traffic volume observers or traffic volume counting devices. So with change in traffic volume in any of the side, the signal volume or the signal timing will change. So this is known as actuated signals. So fixed time, there is no change with change in volume on any of the stretch. With semi-actuated, you have for few stretches the volume counters are provided, and with the change in volume, the traffic timings will change. And fully actuated or actuated signals, for all the stretches, traffic timings will change with change in the traffic volume. So this is what we are talking about for a particular intersection. If we have a series of intersections on a important road or any road, how these intersections or the signals at these intersections are coordinated. So these are the various methods to coordinate signals on various intersection on a road. Let us say if this is a road, the spaces which I am leaving is for intersection. These are the lanes we are meeting in order to. Okay. So these are your intersection on this particular stretch. Number of intersections 1, 2, 3, 4. All the intersection will have signals. Let us mark the signals. So all the intersection will have signals. So what kind of coordination can be arranged between these signals on a particular stretch? This is what we are going to see now. First type of arrangement can be simultaneous system. Simultaneous system says all the signals along a given roadway always show same indication at the same time. Means if at a particular time this signal turned green, when it is green, this will also be green, this will also be green, and this will also be green. Means the complete stretch will have a green time. It says the division cycle for different intersection may be or different phases of the intersection may be different, but for the direction it is same. This system does not work satisfactory. Why? Because if I am starting at a green signal from this intersection, till I reach this intersection, this will turn red. Again, I'll have to wait. Then when it turns green, means this is also green. The vehicle will start moving, and when I'll reach here, this will again turn red. So this is not properly coordinated for a through movement, for a continuous movement. Then second type of traffic signal coordination is alternative system. Alternate, the name itself suggests, if this is here we have a particular sign like green, here we have, if we have green light, then on the next signal I'll have red light, then on another signal after red light we'll have again green light, and then again red light. So this is the alternative arrangement. If we see, if I start from a green light here and I reach here, this will be green till I reach this point, because Initially it is red when I leave this intersection. When I reach here at second intersection, this may turn red, or the time which I need to stop at the intersection for a green light, that will be less. So this system works comparatively better as compared to your simultaneous system. Simultaneous system, you are not allowed to move quickly through this in these series of intersections. But in this system, you are provided with a arrangement which can allow you, or which can reduce your waiting time or red time on alternate uh, intersections. The next type of arrangement is simple progressive system. Simple progressive system is a time schedule is made to permit as possible as continuous operation of a group of vehicle along the main important road at reasonable speed. The phase and interval at each signal installation may be different, but each signal unit works as fixed time signal with equal signal cycle length. What does this mean? The timings for this is coordinated with this, and this. The coordination is done such a way that the cycle length are same, but they are arranged in such a way that for a particular volume or particular speed, you will be able to cross this cycle. Here, the signal time is fixed, they will not change, and the signal cycle is also fixed. Comparatively, with if we compare it with simultaneous and alternate system, this system works much better. The flexible progressive system allows you to schedule for different timings. Like in simple progressive system, for throughout the day it was same. For flexible progressive system, the length of cycle, the cycle division, and the time schedule at each signalized intersection can be changed with the help of computer. This is most efficient system, and for all the four types of system we describe here, the flexible progressive system works best. These arrangement we have for a series of intersection, and here the flexible progressive system allows a smooth traffic movement through the series of intersections at a reasonable speed. These were the signals, traffic signals, which we were discussing in the last class. Let's move on to another traffic control devices. They are traffic signs. At roads, we often come across traffic signs which inform us or guide us or regulate us about few things on the road. Like whenever there is a turn on the road, a triangular sign appears in front of us and it says there is a turn on the road. It informs us about what is coming in front or what is coming in after some distance. If there is a railway crossing, there is a sign that after some distance there is a railway crossing. Whenever you are moving on road, the speed is fixed. The speed sign is provided on the road. So traffic signs are the indicators on the road which provide you information, which regulates you, or which warns you about the forthcomings, whatever is coming in front of you. These signs can be divided into three different types. First is a regulatory sign. Regulatory sign requires the driver to obey the sign. Means you have to follow the signs. If the signs are not followed, you may be charged or you may be fined. So these signs are this is like you have to follow these signs. Then warning signs or cautionary signs. You have to be caution about the things which are advised on the road. These signs are for safety of oneself. Then informative signs. Various informations like distance of particular point or particular city from the point, or any coming itinerary, or any coming hospital, or any coming petrol pump on the road. So these kind of informations are provided through informative signs. So we have regulatory signs, warning signs, and informative signs. Let us see these signs. So regulatory signs are generally black legend, means whatever written on these signs are generally with black color, and they are provided in circular shape with red border. The first type of sign is right of way series. These are the signs. Actually, these are some exceptions present in the regulatory signs. I said the regulatory signs have white background, but your stop sign does not have any white background. The legends are written in black, but here stop is written in white, and the shape is circular, but the shape of both of these signs are not circular. So these signs are exception in regulatory signs, and you know that exemptions are always asked. So these are the most important signs present in your regulatory signs. So you should know the characteristics of these signs, and you should know about these exceptions. This is a stop signs. The size of all the signs are almost 900 mm. Side is 900 mm. This is around 300 mm. So these signs are provided where you need to stop the vehicle. Whenever you ask the vehicle to stop at any intersection or at any point and see about the safety, if he can go ahead or not. So these signs are provided at a location where there are chances of conflict. At the intersections, mostly these signs are provided. Whenever a vehicle is entering the intersection, it is advised to stop and look whether any vehicle is coming from left or right. And if there is no vehicle, you should leave. It is for our safety. Another sign, this is a give way sign, means give way to coming vehicle and then move ahead. These signs are provided on intersections, on rotaries. Whenever, let us say this is a rotary, if vehicle is entering from here, this zone from traffic island to center, this zone is give way zone. The sign will be provided here. This give way sign will be provided here. When the traffic is coming into the intersection, he will look at the give way sign. He will understood that he should allow the traffic which is moving inside this rotary, inside this circle. If there are not many vehicles which are moving, if it is safe, then he can enter into the rotary. So the give way sign provides you a safety cushion that the vehicles which are moving ahead, they may not know about your presence. If they do not know about your presence, they will collide if you enter into this intersection. So that's why give way signs are provided. So these are the exceptions. The boundaries, the red boundary which is provided here, you should just know these values is around 75 mm thick. The red boundary which is provided is 75 mm thick. The other type of signs are speed series sign. Speed series, the signs which tells you about the speed limit on the road. You have seen these kind of sign which tells you about the speed limit on the road. This value is given inside a red circle. There should be black legend, white background, a circular shape. So we will observe that all the traffic signals provided under this regulatory sign is of all these characteristics. So speed limit, sometimes you have speed limit for different vehicles. Like for cars, you have 50 kilometers per hour. For a truck, you have 40 kilometers per hour. But on some roads or some stretches, the speed limit is universal. Means for all the vehicle, the speed limit will be same. So these kind of signs will be provided. All these images are taken from Google Images. You can search yourself about these images. Then there are movement signs or movement series. The series which prohibits you from moving into certain kind of traffic arrangement. Like the first sign is your one-way sign. One-way sign. This the image itself tells you about that the traffic movement in both the direction is not allowed. Means the traffic movement in one direction is only allowed. This direction, this directional movement is prohibited. This directional movement is allowed. So this tells you about that the one-way traffic movement is applicable for the stretch of road, and the another way movement or the opposite traffic is prohibited. The second sign, it is self-explanatory, that if you want to turn right, it is prohibited. The black legend tells you about the right turn, and the red cross mark tell you about the prohibition. This is right turn prohibited sign. The size of these signs are similar as 900 mm. These red boundaries are of 75 mm. So the internal space is around 750 mm. The third sign, the black arrow mark, tells you about the U-turn operation which you are taking on the road. But this red cross mark tells you about the prohibition of U-turn. This is U-turn prohibited. This sign, if one vehicle is moving and you are going through the vehicle to overtake, at stretches where the overtaking operations are not allowed, this sign is provided. This is no overtaking, or overtaking is prohibited. So these are some movement series signs. You should observe these signs on the road. Whenever you are moving on any highway, you will find all these signs. Then we have parking series sign, the sign which tells you about the no parking zone and the parking zone. If P or the legend, black legend, is crossed with this red line, this is no parking sign. And if it is not crossed, this means you can park it here. This is a parking sign. Then miscellaneous signs, like first one, this is no honking, means no horn. You should not press any horn near a hospital or a school. So these signs are visible nearby hospitals and schools, which tells you about the prohibition of pressing the horn. Then this is no movement or restricted movement, means you are not allowed to go the zone where these kind of signs are provided. End of way sign means there is no way for the vehicle or the road is closed here. So these signs are miscellaneous signs out of your regulatory signs. You should remember the stop sign and the give way sign. Next are cautionary or warning signs. These signs will not regulate you. These signs provide you information. Information like what lies ahead on the road. If there is a turn, this is right turn or right turn curve. You can use or you can see this sign on the road whenever there is a right turn on the road. So these are specifications. The size of the sign is similar to what we have already studied. The shape will be triangular. The question is asked, which shape or which sign has a inverted triangle shape? First is your cautionary sign, second one is your informative sign, third one your stop sign, and fourth one giveaway sign. These are the upright triangles which you see on the screen. Upright means the vertex is on the top. The giveaway sign is a inverted triangle. So the answer of this question is giveaway sign. All the cautionary or warning signs have your upright triangle shape. The second figure is your hairpin joint or hairpin bend. These signs are visible on mountainous terrain where there are steep hairpin turns. These signs provide you information about ascending terrain or descending terrain. Whenever there is ascending terrain, you will have this first sign. Whenever there is descending terrain, you will have second sign. The third, this sign which you can see, a person is moving on these strips, means there are pedestrian crossways present on the road ahead. So you should regulate yourself or you should keep caution while driving through these portions. This sign is self-explanatory. Write in the comment box what this sign tells you about. Another type of sign is informatory sign. Informative signs can be of green color, can be of blue color, because whatever written on green or blue color, it attracts your attention. Apart from black, green and blue are considered on the road, and it is provided as the background of your informative signs. Informative signs can tell you about the direction, can tell you about the distance, can tell you about certain facilities which are coming on the road, like hospitals, petrol pumps, eating areas, and so on. So these are all about the traffic signs which you can see on the road. Let's move on to traffic markings. There are a lot of traffic markings present on the road, but few specific traffic markings we'll study. Let us see what is traffic markings. Traffic markings are the lines, patterns, words, or other devices except signs marked on the carriageway or curb for controlling or warning or guiding and informing the users. There are certain markings which guide you or inform you about certain traffic operations or prohibitions. All of you have seen these solid lines on both sides of the traffic road, and these dash lines on the road, they are provided in white and yellow color. If it is white, this means these markings are provided to separate same directional vehicle. We have seen white dash lines in between. This means the vehicle which are moving in adjacent lanes in the same direction are separated with this white line. If these lines are yellow, this means the vehicle, this is same direction. This is to separate the vehicle from opposite direction. Now we have these solid lines. If we have solid lines, this means no crossing. If we have double solid lines, two solid line adjacent to each other, means no crossing in any condition. Here there are some exceptions, or in emergency you can cross. But for double solid line, the restriction increases, means no crossing in any condition. Like whenever you are moving on hill roads and steep turns are there, you are guided not to cross a line in any condition. Then we have dash line. There are two types of dash line. One which we see as the center line of the road. This is also the center line. The length of this dash is 3 meter, and the spacing, I have shown it less, but it is more. It is 4.5 meter. Thickness of all these lines, thickness of all these lines is 100 mm or 10 centimeter. These lines are provided whenever there is dash line, means you can cross this line with caution. The crossing is allowed. You can cross these lines. These lines are provided as your lane demarcations. Whenever there are lanes, number of lanes on the road, they are provided with the dash line in between, so that the demarcation of lanes are there. If there is streamline traffic or a traffic stream moving in one lane, it should have a proper demarcation of their way. So these are provided on the road in order to demarcate a section which can be crossed. If there is a line where it is a solid line, it is a dash line, and here we have solid lines, means it is dividing two lanes where one lane is allowed to cross into another in case of emergency, but the opposite lane is never allowed to cross. These are also provided at some areas. So dash line gives you a allowance that you can cross the road or cross the lane, but the solid line will prohibit you or will restrict you that you will not be able to cross the lane. So these are the basic road markings which should be known to you. The road markings are provided at center to demarcate if it is 4-lane road, the solid line will be provided at the center and at the road boundary. If it is a road with 5 meter or 5.5 meter, less than 5.5 meter or 5 meter, no road marking at the center will be provided. Demarcations of lane will not be there because the center line is there, but demarcation of lane will not be there. There are no different lanes. It is intermediate lane width. But for lanes more than this, the demarcations will be provided. So this is all from traffic engineering part. We have completed each and every topic enough for your GATE examination. Now, in next lecture, we are going to see various numerical problems, various conceptual problems which can come in GATE examination. This will revise you all the concept which you have studied till now and give you an idea what kind of question can be asked in GATE examination. Thank you so much.